Good morning. Oh, no, that is- Good morning. Good morning. I'm glad to see everyone made it to this blessed event. We've heard from some amazing people, and it's just the beginning. My name is ElyJah Best. I'm a senior in high school and a youth ambassador at the Hub. Help us become better arts and trauma center, 135 Prince Street, North New Jersey. And I'm glad I got this opportunity to be a part of this, especially as a youth in our community. The power to seek knowledge is powerful in itself. Um, that is why I'm grateful for all of those who have come to give and receive game that has come and that is still ahead. As Martin Luther King once said, the ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in the moment of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy. That is why I would love to introduce articulate motivational speaker who started when he was only 10 years old through controversial statements about materialistic things. He's been around the world spreading messages of self-love and confidence to other kids and parents through his speeches and Instagram page. I've known this person for the longest, and he never ceases to amaze me. Let's get ready for my fellow brother, King Nahh.
Thank you for the introduction. I just want to say thank you for having me on. And once again, my name is Nyeeam Huson, but I'm better known as King Nahh. I'm a motivational speaker. I've had the opportunity to speak all around the world and be on national TV shows like Steve Harvey, Harry Connick Jr., and so much more. But really, what I'm here to say is in life, you're going to go through adversity. You're going to meet those people in life who may not believe in you. They may not encourage you because once they see you, they just they set you aside, and it may come from family members, it may come from friends, and it may just come from random people. But one thing you need to always have is self-confidence, because before anyone else believes in you, you have to believe in yourself. Because if that doesn't come first, then you're just going to feed into what everyone tells you and what everyone says to you. But you are your biggest supporter. You are your biggest person that should have that love and confidence and respect for yourself. Because no matter how much people try to knock you down, no matter how much people say to you, no matter the things that they say to you, no matter the things that they do to you, if you have a strong heart, if you have a strong mind, then nothing they say should be able to get to you. I remember when I was getting into my motivational speaking, I had a lot of doubters. I had a lot of people who told me that it wasn't going to work out. They told me that no one was going to pay attention to it. They told me I was too young. But even though I heard those things, I never let it get to me. And I continued to work hard. And eventually I got to a point in life where I was comfortable at, and I'll continue to strive for success and to be great. And I want everyone watching this to do the same thing, because everyone's going to have something to say until they see you actually become successful. Everyone's going to have something to say until they see you actually making your dreams come true. It's nothing better than proving people wrong and seeing your ideas and your greatness in person. Think about Martin Luther King. He never got to see his dream be fulfilled, but he made the world publicly know that he had a dream. And yes, people looked at him like he was crazy. People looked at him and they doubted him, and he didn't care about what they thought. He spoke his mind. He spoke his dream. And now look at us. His dream has been accomplished. And of course, there's still some things in the world that needs to be fixed and needs to be talked about, but just give it time. But back to you, it's like, even when you have a dream, don't be afraid to share it. Don't be afraid to talk about it. Don't be afraid to put it out there just because you're afraid of what people say. People are always going to have something to say, regardless of what you do and regardless of what you accomplish. There's going to be some people, no matter how successful you become, it's going to be some people in the world who still try to bring you down, who still try to say discouraging things to you. But like I said, you just got to stay strong mentally. And if you know that you're doing good, if you're in a mental space that you want to be in, if you're in a space that you could look back and say, you know what, I'm comfortable where I'm at. And you know what, I'm accomplishing what I want to accomplish, or I'm doing what I want to do. Some people aren't going to share the same vision as you. Some people aren't going to share the same thoughts as you. So of course you're gonna have those people there that judge you, and then you got to think they probably never saw someone like you before. For someone to have a dream like you before, they probably never seen that. So for you coming to them and you're telling them, "Hey, I think I want to start doing this, or I want to do this. I want to start a career with this. I want to start a career with that." Of course, you're gonna see some people who are gonna be judgmental towards you, because they don't know no one who's trying to do something like you're doing. They don't know anyone who's talking about the things that you're talking about. Think about Martin Luther King when he was talking about bringing peace and bringing people together. That wasn't really a reality. No one was, well, people were talking about it and thinking about it, but to the people who didn't believe in it and who didn't see it within their own families and who didn't see it within their own communities, they was like, man, this dude is crazy. What is he talking about? But he never stopped and he never gave up. and he kept his dreams and his words going until his last day on this earth. And that's what we all have to do. We all have to keep pushing until we can't push no more. We all have to keep trying until we can't try no more. The only time success isn't guaranteed is when you give up. The only time you aren't going to be successful is when you quit. It's when you let people's words get to you. It's when you let the world's pressure get to you. It's like you never know what you're destined for. You never know what you can accomplish if you don't try, if you don't push, if you don't strive for greatness. So yes, it's going to be moments in your life where you have to face adversity, when you have to get past these obstacles, when you have to get knocked down, you have to make some mistakes, but never let any of that discourage you, because that's just all a part of life. That's all a part of the process. Nobody that we look at today, no one great that we look at today has done all of these amazing things without failure. And failure isn't anything bad. Failure is a learning experience. So every time you fall, every time you mess up, every time you make a mistake, every time you fail, don't look at it as a negative thing. Look at it as a blessing, because now you just done something where you can learn from. Like, you're only human. We're all humans. No one's perfect. So don't ever feel the pressure to be perfect, and don't ever try to make anyone else believe that you're perfect, because once again, we are all humans. We all make mistakes. We all go through things. We all have our own traumas. We all have our own stories. We all have those things that we've been through that, made us want to quit, that made us not want to get back up, that made us not want to, push anymore. But that's the beauty of life. The beauty of life is going to show you that not everything is all sweet. So of course, like, you're going to get the bitter sweetness of life, but don't ever stop because you feel some fire. Don't ever stop because you feel some burn. It's like when you're working out and when you do push-ups, you don't you don't get to the level of success with working out if you don't feel the pain. If as soon as you feel a little pain, as soon as you feel a little burn, you say, man, I'm about to stop because this hurts a little bit or this burns a little bit, then you're never going to build any muscle. But the more you feel it and the more you push through it, the more you go through that pain, then the stronger you become in the process. So that's why I say failure is a learning experience, because the more you fail, the stronger you become. The more you make mistakes, the stronger you become. The more people doubt you, the more adversity you face, the stronger you become. Like, when you spend a certain amount of time on something, you eventually start to get better at it. It doesn't matter where you start off in life. If you are dedicated to what you're doing, if you believe in what you're doing, and you keep pushing to be better and to strive and to be greater, then eventually you're going to be great. Eventually you're going to be better. Think about, like, what's one person I can name? Think about I can relate to basketball since I play basketball a lot. Think about Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. They strive to be the greatest, the best of the best. They didn't aim to be average. They didn't aim to be okay. They didn't aim to be all right. They aimed to be great. So when you are aiming for something, don't ever have the mindset and the perspective of, well, I do want to accomplish this, but I'm not as good as the next guy doing this, or I do want to be great at this, but I'm not as good as the next person that's doing this. Just because you may not be as good in the moment, don't look at that as something to be upset about. That's competition. That's someone you're going to be competing against. You have to eventually strive and push yourself to try and be better than this person that you admire. You have to strive to try to be greater than this person that you admire. You have to try to pass those people that you look at and go, wow, what this person is doing is so amazing. What this person is doing is so great. And not in a negative way, but a positive way. You have to set the bar high for yourself. You're only going to go as so far as you let yourself go. Like, it's like when we get up in the morning and we say, okay, I want this, I want to do this, I want to do that. We don't get it unless we get up and we go get it. We don't get it unless we get up and go do it. It's the same thing with our careers and our dreams and our success. We don't get these opportunities unless we get up and we go for it. And if you wake up and say, you know what, I'm gonna try, but I'm not gonna push myself too hard. And you say, you know what, I'm just gonna aim to be okay, or I'm gonna aim to be average. I'm not trying to be the best at this, or it's not something I'm thinking about doing long term. If you go into life with that perspective, if you go into life with that mentality, then, like, to be honest, you're just gonna be what you're setting for yourself. So always set the bar high. Always set the bar high for yourself. Always look in the mirror and go, you know what? I'm going to be the greatest that I could possibly be. Always look at yourself and say, I'm going to be the best that I can possibly be. No one is going to tell me what I can and cannot do. And once you start to see progress, once you start to see success, it's going to motivate you to push and be even better. Once you start to see things in yourself and you say, wow, you know what? I wasn't as good as I was now then. I wasn't doing as good as I was now. That's when you start to feel better. That's when you start to realize, you know what, I'm going to keep pushing because I see progress and I see myself becoming more successful and I see myself becoming better. So I'm not going to, you know, stay on for too long. That's just something I wanted to spread to you guys. But just if you take anything from what I said today, just take this one thing. When you face adversity, when you face obstacles, when you go through pressure, don't ever quit because of it. Because remember, that's the one thing that's going to stop your success. That's what guarantees it. You only become successful when you keep pushing. You only become successful when you keep trying. You only become successful when you go straight through the adversity, when you go straight through the obstacles. That's when you see success. So allow yourself to be great, allow yourself to be successful, allow yourself to be powerful, allow yourself to believe in yourself. You are your number one supporter before anyone else. So believe in yourself, love yourself, and strive for greatness no matter what.